Alright guys, so if you watch the intro video, this is going to be video number 2. And we're going to be talking about the base coverage out of the nickel triple. Now I typically like cover 3, I'll mix in cover 1 and cover 2. But start of the game, I typically like to go cover 3 and see kind of what my opponent really wants to do. So I'm going to come out in the cover 3 sky, and on offense we'll just come out in this trips formation. Now, a very popular way to attack cover 3 is down the seam. I'm going to go ahead and move the ball over so they have more room over there. It's down the seam, so just be aware of that. If cover 3 is going to be your base call, like I said before in the other video, you want to show blitz. So snap the ball, I would typically bail right up to here. You know, not rocket science. We would get our rush on the edges. You know, that wasn't extremely fast, but it was fast enough, right? And it's going to be a lot faster in MUT too, considering you know, the players that you probably have on your team. So the base coverage would pretty much be this. Now, if I'm facing a lot of how do I say this? So I face a lot of short stuff to the outside. You can audible into that Tampa 2. Show blitz again. Right, and it's a little bit kind of more of a scary proposition here. So what I would probably do is to man up right here and then keep this deep safety. I might actually play him down the inside third. Just depends. You'd have to really cover ground in this area, because if this turns out to be a corner route, then you're going to have some problems, or a fade route. But that's kind of how I would run this offense. So you go right here, and now that would get you killed because it's Kyle Van Noy. So you can leave him in the deep half too. I'm not saying you have to put him in the deep third, but just some ways you can get kind of adjusty out of that. You'll notice though, let's go ahead and look at the man coverage. So I like the cover 1 blitz typically out of this, but or the nickel blitz 1. So the nickel blitz 1's going to, I believe, look the exact same. Actually, no. We want to run the cover blitz 1. So that'll look very similar to what we just ran. So you've got this kind of look, right? So a savvy opponent is probably going to recognize this looks slightly different because this guy was over on the other side of the field. But if you're showing blitz all the time, it's a little bit more uniform, and it's less obvious, I should say. So I would go ahead and run that. You got a glimpse of kind of how the pressure works when you send 5. So it looked very similar defensively. My dog's barking for what reason, I don't know. They look very similar defensively, so that's really kind of what you want to go with anyways, is something that looks similar across the board. Now, we can, like I said, we can get that look pretty much at any of these plays. Shh. Ruining my video. But like I said when in the previous video, if you are running like a cover 3 cloud, for example, sometimes you get zone misalignments. You know, that one actually worked out pretty well. Or when you're running autoflip off, excuse me, you're running autoflip off. But that's still kind of look we want to give all the time. Now, we don't necessarily have to go to that 1 high look. We can still play effective defense out of a 2 high look with the same type of concept pressure-wise, right? So if I wanted to stay in a 2 high look, say I'm kind of getting beat deep, or I'm having some scary situations where it looks like I might get beat deep and I want to play a 2 high, all you would have to do is just baseline press. You still have your 5-6 guys with your user at the line of scrimmage, and it looks a little bit more like a safe defense, right? But you can run this, you can run the cover 2, obviously. You know, whatever type of coverage you want to run and have it all look the same. Or you can just mix it up. And then in the next few videos, I'm going to show you guys how to get pressure out of the 2 high look and out of the 3 high look, or excuse me, the 1 high look. But yeah, that's pretty much as far as the way we set up the basic defense is pretty much how it goes. There's going to be some more nuances, like I said, depending on what look we give them. But this is not a very complicated, complex defense. You're not going to be making a ton of adjustments. So check out the next video. We will start to get into the pressure setups in the next few videos.